Yeah, what's going on? Good evening.
Good evening. Lounge Academics.
You're
Sorry
crazy.
for those that have been waiting. We apologise. We've had a few technical issues.
Yeah. It's
but
been a bit mad.
We are here with KJ and Yazz.
You forgot who you was for a minute.
Well, they know who I am. But yes, so
But you know what?
we need to get started.
We need to get started. We do. But anyway, hello everyone. I hope you're all good. And without further ado, we want to introduce
The female boss.
yes, the female boss, because it's female boss season.
Yes.
Taila Sky. Woo! Yes, Taylor. Yeah.
Sun is
What's that?
shining.
Yeah, me.
Yes,
How you doing,
yes.
Taylor? You alright?
I'm great.
You're great. You look
Nice
great.
today. Thank you.
You look great.
Well,
Did you know this is my
Lovely,
first time
innit?
doing braids?
Yes, it was all up on the Insta like, I see.
I see
never
it.
done it before.
Yeah, my
I didn't know you
boyfriend
had a
likes it. I saw that my boyfriend. Sorry, I know you got like a big male fan club still, but anyway, your Insta's popping with all images of you and your. Not that I'm preening up. your
Yeah,
Insta,
yeah, you
I'm
know.
not doing that.
Had to do that because
Yeah, keep the people aside, innit? You
Yeah.
have to let them know. Yes, the Marcus territory. Let them know, innit? You get me?
Exactly.
Yes. So Taylor, tell us something about, well, a bit about yourself to those that
Yeah.
don't know the female tech. You're into female tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where do I start?
Go for it.
So,
In the beginning.
I graduated. The beginning of time. Dinosaurs or like just.
Yeah, Jurassic period.
Park.
Man. Yeah.
Okay, so I went to uni, the University of Bedfordshire, and I studied the artificial intelligence and robotics. So I was the first of 10 people in the UK to study that course. And to be honest with you, I chose that course because it was my love of Star Wars. So my mum's like really into drama and acting and stuff.
Yeah.
So originally,
Your mum?
yeah, she's really into that.
What, Hollywood actress and all
Yeah,
that?
she tried to make me into Beyonce, but you know, the African dad was like, no, you have to study.
Yeah.
So like my mom kind of like pushed that. So from like very young age up until about secondary school, my parents have put so much money into me doing like drama and stuff.
Yeah.
So originally I like wanted to be an actress.
Okay.
And then I fell in love with like sci-fi movies. So I was like, oh, I want to be an actress in sci-fi movies. Then when we started kind of like getting into school and I became quite academic, my parents were like, oh wow, like you're actually quite smart. So I was like, okay, cool, scrap acting, I want to kind of be an astronaut.
Oh, wow.
So originally...
So like NASA and all that?
Yeah, NASA.
What? Serious? Easy?
Yeah, so kind of like in year 7 to 9 was all doing up like mini NASA girl, like wanted to be astronauts, was got the top level 9 in my stats in Southwark and then got awarded by the mayor because of that. So up until year 9...
Easy, watch her just flossing and bossing. So yeah, go on, sorry, tell her, yeah.
Up until like year 9, I wanted to do like astrophysics and aeronautics in uni. And then I just kind of fell in love with like computers and I was quite into like Asian, Chinese kind of like technology and they were going on about like AI. And like I automatically knew that was going to be the future because AI has been around for quite some time, but within every kind of like generation it kind of evolves. So I took a leap of faith and I said I'm going to do AI and robotics in uni. It was a new course, so I had to like not audition but interview to be on it, and I got it. So I said even if AI doesn't kick off, I'm going into engineering and robotics. So I graduated in 2014. No one really knew what AI was. It was kind of like studying philosophy or architecture. So I kind of went down towards the IT project management and engineering side. And then my mom's still trying to kind of push this drama dream. She's just like, you know, you're more than tech. You have such a like outgoing personality. You know, you're good for the camera. Why don't you go on YouTube and start a YouTube channel about
So this was
tech?
mum was pushing you to do this?
Yeah. My sister does like modelling and my other sister does like hair on YouTube. So mum was like, no, like be different, like talk about tech. And I was like, anybody want to hear about robots? Like,
Yeah.
So one on it, and then that was just literally the beginning to the start of everything, because I think, not to sound controversial, but I think a lot of people go on YouTube and they expect to see a black girl talking about either relationships, hair, or makeup. When you're kind of like, oh yeah, like I built my robot. People just like, oh, so I think they'll just like, you look like a Shaniqua, but then you just doing all this like smart stuff. So I think I got quite a lot of attention in regards to like being not only a woman in tech, but being a black woman in tech, being a black woman in tech born from a working class environment. So it just kind of spiraled on, went on and on from there. So went into contracting, got kind of a lot of gigs contracts in different companies. I've just finished my contract at Samsung.
So explain that for us a bit. When you say contracting, what do you mean? Like in
so
terms
before
of,
I was like a perm employee.
Yeah.
And now that AI has really kicked off, I've started up my own limited company and I'm contracting.
What?
Yeah, contracting at different places.
Female boss for true, boy.
So I just finished contracted at Samsung last week as an implementation consultant. And now I'm focusing full-time on a business that I just joined as co-founder and CTO. So kind of helping, it's tech for me. I've just They're a company, or I've joined as a co-founder and CTO. So we're encouraging young people from like 11 to 24 to kind of like get into STEM subjects. And then I've come on board as something called, a company called Cashmere App, which is helping women to slay and save at the same time. So our clients are kind of like parents and
I saw that.
So you know that $5,000 bag that you really want, but you can't afford right now. We're kind of saying, you know, it is kind of dumb to not be able to afford a $5,000 bag, but instead of going skint and not being able to pay your rent, we're going to teach you financial literacy. We're opening up an account with you, signed with Monzo, put down £500 a month for 10 months, you get your bag and you've learned how to save as well. So that's what we're trying to do going forward.
Wow.
You make it sound so easy. Like, you just breeze through it. Like, it's just easy. So what challenges do you have? Because obviously, like you said, naturally you're expected to be doing hair or beauty. So going into tech's more like
I think the challenges I've had is, if it wasn't for the record, I'm 25. So you can imagine being 25 at the time when I graduated. I was 21, and you're like going to these companies and you know they're giving you jobs. So I started work because I've always known I wanted to be like in IT. I started working in IT at 18 years old, but I started like from the bottom, like kind of shadowing people, internships. So then by the time I graduated, I already had 3 to 4 years experience of work, so I could apply for roles that were higher than a graduate role. So I always got hired by companies that would give me the senior title but would pay me lower pay because of my age and discriminatory kind of issues. But nonetheless, I still had the title. So you can imagine being 21, going into a meeting with all people that were like 26 to 35, who were on the same level as them, and they're kind of thinking, one, why the hell is a 21-year-old on the same level as me, and what the hell is a black girl from Peckham like doing here? So I've always kind of like had a lot of like issues with that. If I haven't faced, I will say in my career so far, I've faced every type of like ism there is: ageism, classism, discrimination, racism, sexism. Like tech is a very like white male dominated industry. Like there's so many jobs I've been in where I'm the youngest by like 20 years, and it's been, oh, you could be my daughter's age, or oh, how did you get into this thing? Do you know the manager? Like people just don't really want to believe you in that sense. I would say
so they're not like trusting your credentials, like you've done it based on your skills, like someone's just basically brought you through.
Or like, are you here on an internship, or kind of like being in a team all on the same level, all getting paid the same. I even had an experience where I was on a team of 5 older men, all 35 plus, no 40 plus, and I was like 24 at the time, all earning the same salary. And when you're in a certain level of management, you kind of have to work for hours, not necessarily come in at a time. So you can come in 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 10 to 6. So I remember was one day I decided to choose a 9 to 5 rota. I came in at 8:58, logged in at 9:01. I had a colleague that used to kind of like tell my senior manager that I was 1 minute late and kind of like write down the times I used to come in. So I had to report him to like the HR director for like professional harassment. All because, you know, you're the same age as my niece. I just want to make sure, and that's not your business, but people feel like they can do that. And I understand, because I have like an 18-year-old sister, or 19. So if somebody of that age was like on my working level, now automatically you feel kind of like...
So you did the man for harassment?
Like, what's that? I'm protecting my bag. Like,
so, I hear that. No, I'm not... It's serious, but it's interesting like that. You know, because it seems like you've had to deal with quite a lot from a young age, and you're still young, you're still a little bub-ups. Not. No, I don't. I'm just like, I feel old. I'm 26 in November. Yeah. But still, I mean, you've done a lot in the short. I mean, you're talking about, you've got your own company, you've launched an app, you're a co-founder of a business, co-founder of a business. Yeah. You're also contracting, you're doing consultancy. That's a, wait. I need to come and be your PA or something. Help clean your shoes or something, boy. Do you know what I mean? It needs to be there, man. To kind of, but it's excellent. It's excellent.
How do you find the balance though? Because obviously you're doing so much. So how does that work? How do
you know what? In the beginning, it was really hard because I always used to like say that I'm like the Cardi B of tech. Because I think when you say you do such an academic subject, apart from being black, people expect you to be very like sneaky, like not to say people that wear glasses are sneaky, but people don't expect a certain level of fleek. So when you come to a company, they're like, oh yeah, this is one of our like senior coders, and you come with your long acrylic nails, and I come with my red ombre hair. It's like, hey everybody, they're like, oh, how do you type? You know, it's kind of hard, if that makes sense. So finding the balance, I think in the beginning when I was just starting up and I wasn't really getting paid for what I do, it was kind of easier to kind of like be kind of neutral and kind of like have friends for all areas of life, if that makes sense. Because in my head, regardless of whether my pay would dictate that I'm middle to upper class, because my like family was still kind of like in that working class environment, I always still accustomed like take the class of my parents, if that makes sense. Because God forbid if I was to lose it all, I'm back to council flat living. So it's very easy in that level to stay humble, but at the same time, I think when you're trying to make it or you're broken out of that working class mold, you either get a lot of people from your hood or back in the day that are like, oh, like you forgot about us, or bring me in, and I'm always happy to do that, but there has to be a certain level of hustle and work ethic that kind of comes along with it. So I had to kind of, I would say, if anything, I had a lot of friends that kind of dropped me, because for me it was like I kind of wanted to trade going out every Saturday doing Gaza to, you know, maybe working on my business. And after a while, there's nothing wrong with kind of like getting money and enjoying your life or like working, but I feel like when you're more driven from your purpose, from your soul, there's certain environments such as clubbing regularly that are no longer conducive in it. I even got in trouble for that because I must have posted something on Twitter and it went viral, and like,
what was this? So Twitter, I heard you got like 3 million you got 3 million followers as a result. That that's an exaggeration.
But so basically,
you got a lot of followers. What happened?
I just jumped on Twitter in it. So I went on Twitter to kind of like build my brand, and Twitter basically is kind of like an internal diary. Like, it's kind of like talking to yourself, but you share it with everyone else. I just came off the phone to my boy, and he's all like, he's trying to get off this road thing. And there's like a meme by EastEnders. I think there was one guy called Nick, and he was just like, oh, when you were out doing nothing, I was out here making moves. So then based off that conversation that we had and that joke, I must have tweeted, I'm here building robots and like going to talks to like Microsoft and Google's, and girls, so many girls want, what did I say? Your WCW's in the club shouting A on Snapchat every week.
Wait, what's this?
Woman Crush Wednesday, is it? Woman Crush Wednesday.
Is it? I don't know. Nothing about that.
So obviously it was a joke. Obviously people that know me know that if you got me Instagram, I'm up in the club every week, so I'm not looking down on women in the club. But it wasn't, the British culture understood the banter in it, even though it was a bit cheeky, they understood it. So but
did Black Twitter go mad? Was this like
it was American Black Twitter. They just went crazy. They're like, oh, so what, funnily enough, sending me like DM with their bank balance that I'm a millionaire and I should for 5 of my kids and I'm out in the club making money. I was like, wow, like, I'm not even trying to say that like, oh, I'm a single mom of 5 and I have to strip for my PhD in engineering. It's funny how you're looking down on women. And I was like, no, it's not even like that. But American Twitter, I mean, it got me a lot of exposure. I had to do it Kim K and I had to flip it. So I had to be like, you know what, just follow my YouTube, innit? I know that, just follow my YouTube. So people are just like, oh, like, you know, she's popping, like, we got a black girl in robotics, like, that's wild,
robotics.
Then the other girls are like, oh, like, she's doing robotics for men, like, because she wants to be picked by men. I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. And then it was all like, it was all crazy. So then I had to flip it, make it Kim K. Because of that, that's how I got approached by the Kashmir I got introduced to these so many talks, and because of that, I also got enough traction to be followed by like black women in tech in America. They're really big on that. And I'm talking in LA next week in regards to...
In LA? You're going to LA?
Yeah, I'm talking in LA next week.
Okay, so wait, hold that thought, I mean, because we're getting a lot of people, because we're live streaming as well, a lot of people like, hey, what's happening everyone, we're live streaming currently here at, female boss groups even talking to us. Wow. So Kemi's in the building, naughty Kemi's supposed to be here, but she's running a little late, but she's here anyway. But it's all good. But just to add, that people wanting to know what the topic is, we're talking about the female boss, female boss season. So we've got Taila Sky, she's talking about robotics, AI, artificial intelligence, her business, how she's just killing it at the moment, right? So she's here just telling us about that, and she just went viral for upsetting American people, basically. She went and insulted Black Twitter, but now, you know what I'm saying, in America, and they went mad. But you know what? But you use that, man.
Yeah,
you use that.
I had to. I was just like,
that's a boss right there.
I just had to follow my YouTube.
Is it? Was that chilling with the tailors? Because you've got like because I know you've got there's the robotic stuff and then there's like a family one that you have. Wow, mum still wanna be in there, innit?
So you know, I was just like, you know what? Like, if this is blowing how it wants to blow, regardless, if people want to know about black women in tech, I'm on it. So if I'm gonna blow, let me just share the family one.
Yeah.
And then if you want to know in-depth tech information, then I'll share my personal YouTube. But either way, I done that. They were kind of upset, and then they changed. I mean, I started Twitter that week, and I was following 300 people. By the end of that week ordeal, I got 5,000 followers.
Serious? As a result of that, just going viral?
It went viral. It went to 7.1 million people and was retweeted 17,000 times. I had 9,000 likes.
It's almost like you got to do something, put something out there.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was just like, it was so weird because I was just like, Twitter's such a mad place. Like, I think someone even posted afterwards, like, not because of me, but a video of, oh, LOL, on holiday with your husband, if you can't keep him, another bitch will. And people were like, and I was thinking that rather should be seen as negative, but I think with a lot of women, especially with the American women, I think they don't have as much opportunity to win as we do here, if that makes sense. So
really?
Like, I feel like it's harder for them, innit? Like, right here, we're kind of like, if you want to be a doctor, go be a doctor. But over there, it's kind of like, you hear most stories of, oh, I have to strip 5 clubs to pay for college, and do you get what I mean? So I think when I would say stuff like you're in the club, because a lot of them kind of do like stripping bottle girls, they felt like taxing it, and I was like, no, it's really not that. I had a couple like Love and Hip Hop people as well, that someone backing me.
Which ones?
I don't know, there was one girl, I can't remember her, she was like, it's funny how you got all these like great achievements, you're doing all this shit for men. I was like, the fuck? Like,
who told her that?
I don't know, like, there's someone that's like, oh,
making
this is like pick me queen, like you're picking from men, like girls like, oh god, like Americans are just, wow, they love you and they hate you, innit? So it blew over.
That's just people in general.
Yes,
they don't really know what you're about. It's just judging the book by its cover.
I had to just share my YouTube. I could have deactivated my Twitter. I was like, no, I'm gonna ride this wave. 70 million impressions, like
that's brilliant.
One thing that you said.
Yeah, I was like, what's the negative thing? But then I was just like, do you know what? I'm gonna ride this wave.
Yeah, of course. You got it.
It is.
So how? I mean, because I know you've like been going around to Wireless. You've been going to different festivals.
Yes.
You've been in. So what's this all about? Because you're out there. I see Wireless. Your channel's like going mad.
That was my mum's idea. She was like, my sister's models for Vogue, so she got like.
Wow.
She got like.
But our camera crew's just like, wow, this is deep, boy.
So she
talented family.
So she got like access to Wireless, and because she has her own YouTube. So my mum was just like, why don't you go with her? I was just like, I don't really know we're gonna date him. And then my mum was just like, do you know what, go with her. So I recorded my sister vlogging, and then my sister recorded me vlogging. And because we got like access to VIP, I managed to ask like Miss Banks, Mo Comedian. I just asked them like, what do you think about AI? What do you know about it? And sex robots. And they answered, and then I put that on the YouTube. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And what kind of, with that content, so what is this sex robots thing?
Yes.
What is this like? Because is this like Westworld gone mad? Like
basically, do you know what it is? I feel like men have kind of shot themselves in the foot. We live in such a like misogynistic society where it's kind of like on one hand
I agree. Yeah.
We're telling women to be like sexually liberated, but then when we are sexually liberated, we're labeled such as whores, hoes, prostitutes. So I think women are kind of turning around and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna sleep with a robot then. And then now men are getting kind of jealous. So I think for me, if I end up kind of like going on and creating a sex robot, it's giving women that freedom and agency. It's the same with sex toys. I think the sex toy market is kind of big. I wouldn't mind kind of creating some sort of sex robot, but I think
for women.
I personally think it will be women that will buy it most, because it gives you the ability to be sexually pleasured, but not necessarily like a dildo or a toy, but like an actual embodiment of a fake man or woman, and you can keep your body count low and you can't be judged for, we're going to be a hoe for having sexified robots. Like, no one's going to say that.
Because that all started, Americans was doing something.
Yeah.
They were doing a
Booty monster, like.
Yeah. It just reminds me of that program. I forgot the name of that program.
Dark Web. There's one on Netflix called The Dark Web.
Must be.
But it's the one, they got different things, but I think one of them, you introduced me to it actually.
No, I didn't, I introduced you to nothing.
Something. See, I forgot the name of it, it's on Netflix.
I think you're right, it's maybe the dark, Black Mirror, a broken mirror or something.
Did you see the one, they done one similar to what you're saying about the robot? I think her husband died and
exactly.
had to reclone him and he went mad, I think he from another verse.
Yes.
Wow, this Taylor, is it got her in full effect? Do you know what I mean? But I mean, at the end of the day, because everyone's wanting to know who we talking to. Do you know what I mean? Because we never set up properly, but it's alright. But at the end of the day, I mean, this sex robot, this is deep.
Yeah.
So you're thinking of designing a robot that could pleasure women.
People, let's say
people.
It could be for male.
Men use something called like the booty. It's quite big in like China.
What's this? The booty what?
There's robot like sex.
Not that I'm interested in getting one of these things, but I just got to check this out.
Yeah.
You know, for the guys that might be lonely, you know, you could recommend something to.
Obviously, there's
you know what I mean?
ethical sides of it. There's quite a lot of ethics involved in it because obviously the whole concept of engineering is to create something to be lifelike or to kind of enable or help humanity. And when you start to implement AI into it, and AI is now kind of broadened with like machine learning and neural networks, which means that it can like make it a bit more human-like. This sex doll will no longer be a sex doll for physical pleasure. It can also be for companionship. So we can be creating people.
That's mad.
And it relates to that Black Mirror episode that if you were to have somebody, a loved one dying, you can kind of like download not their conscience but their how they act into a robot.
Serious, that's what's being developed, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so I think that's some KJ, I love you, I love you.
Yeah, like basically what it does is like it there's a tool in which I think can monitor your social media activity, grasp how you talk and your humour, and then God forbid if you were to pass on, you can talk to like I don't know, text a certain number and you can reply how you would reply. So if we embody that concept into a sex robot, then it may help people either move on from grief or there's so many possibilities.
Because there was like that film, I can't remember what it's called, but there was a guy like he had a home system, and when he came home it would be like, hi Charles, how are you?
Yeah.
Welcome, you sound upset today. And it used to talk to him when he came in or whatever, and he's like, you're really done. He's like, I think I love you. Oh, I love you too. It was just some. No, that's how it was. It was like when he came in, it knew if he was stressed because of his temperature, and he had like a band on. But it was like that Siri business. No man, bun all that. I don't know, man. I'm not really supporting
that. That's the way that the world's moving to, though, isn't it? Like people want.
That's why everyone's like really big on like the future of like work and ethics of AI, because it's all nice and like handy having all this like power or technical power to do stuff, but just because we have it doesn't mean that we should create it. Like, forget about if humans can have jobs, but what about if, like, just mentally, like, is that, I don't know, but then there is the debate that a robot can never be human because what makes us human is our soul and
exactly. Have you seen the film Upgrade? So I'm all promoting films now. Have you seen that film Upgrade? There's a film called Upgrade. You need to check that out. It's serious, man. I think that's the future. No, it's not on Netflix. I saw it somewhere else. But I won't say. Do you know what I mean? I can't say. But I saw it somewhere else. But it's an American Hollywood movie. Yeah, Upgrade. But it's all exploring that whole topic around STEM technology and using chips in arms and all of that. And this guy has enhanced fighting kit, but it's just kind of scary. I don't want to. I should put a little spoiler alert out, but I won't ruin it for everyone. But it's a mad film, but it speaks to what you're saying in a different way, which I think is a bit mad. Wow, Taylor, man.
Yeah. So are you finding a lot of people like, come on, like, there's a lot of people interested?
What, in getting robots?
Yeah. I saw you. It was obviously in wireless. You were obviously talking to a few people. It's quite funny. I could just about hear it because of the music. That's the only thing, because it was quite interesting to hear what they were saying.
You know what?
What kind of feedback did you get?
I'm not. Whenever like you mention AI or even like robots, people automatically think Terminator.
Yeah.
They don't. They don't understand the concept of like artificial intelligence is all around us in our phones and like it's everywhere. So I think like maybe where I come from, when I was talking about it, I kind of was seen as like crazy, like what is this talking about robots and shit. But when I kind of like started to hang around work people, networking, middle to upper class, they were a bit more broader on that kind of, so they're not necessarily quite scared of it. But I think people that I grew up with, they're quite excited to see like what it brings. So I think it's just a case of educating the masses, and dare I say it, like the reason why I enjoy it for me is giving access to such subjects to like people of a working class background. I hear you. On it.
Well, this might be a good time. Because boy, Taylor, you've just said so much, you know. This has just been so packed, boy. Packed. I feel like a kid in a candy store. Whole bag of sweets. You remember blackjack?
Yeah.
And fruit salad and all that. No, you must be won't remember that. Yeah, I wish you're ancient kid. Do you know what I mean? But I remember them sweets, man. I just feel like I've got a bundle of sweets right now, and I don't know which one to choose. You know what I mean? So thanks for listening in. Of course, as always, you know our socials. You know where we're at. Lounge Academics. That's with a K. Hit us up. Let us know how you found the show. And yeah, take care, peeps.